Welcome back everyone. I hope you're all doing good, having a great day. Today I wanted to share the updated version of my speed farming builds that I've been using inside Diablo Immortal for a while now, and I think I have a pretty decent speed farming builds here. You guys can see everything dies really quick, and I know there are some other builds that people are using, especially the battle mage. I don't actually like those builds all that much. I like the continual damage builds a bit more. But you can see here we are killing everything pretty quick, and I can just leave everything behind and they die from the burning and the continual damage that I have. I think someone just came here, so they just my kill streak actually got messed up, and the enemies are not spawning on time. But anyways, I still want to demonstrate some builds a bit more here so you guys get the idea how to play the builds. So what I actually do is use the lightning nova, and I control my movement, so the lightning nova does hit the enemies I leave behind, and it does do the continual damage. That is really good. Everything that we have is the continual damage. I know that people are using the scorch with the 4 orb. I actually don't like that. I don't think it's decent for low spenders. You low spender or the people with low damage won't be having good time with that, in my opinion. And so I end up picking the magma here that you can actually leave behind, and it does damage over time and burn enemies. That is going to be good for us because of the set items that we are using. Actually 4 pieces that we have is going to use that, and it is going to be really good. And look at that, I'm actually getting a lot of goblin here, but you can see goblin die really quick, and I'm actually able to keep my kill streak up really easy. So if this looks interesting, I will go into the builds right now. I will not do the strength and weaknesses of these builds here. I don't think you need to know the strength and the weakness of the open world builds. The purpose of the builds here is to be quick and do the burst damage, and that is what we have. The builds here is the burst damage, and so they won't be good in dungeons and PvP or the raid bosses or the stuff like that. These builds are only for the Elder Rift. You can run the Elder Rift with these builds, and you can do the open world. So now that is out of the way, let's go into the builds. I will go back to the town. Let's go. Alright, let's get into the important bits here. First, starting with the gems. I won't recommend you guys any specific gems for the builds here. The reason of the builds here is to use your best gems. So whatever best gems you have, the highest resistance and the damage gems, you can go and use that for the purpose of the speed farming. It won't matter all that much. And as for the set pieces, you can go with 2 pieces of Banquet of Ice. This is going to work with your fire skills and disintegrate as well. This is how we have 50% increased damage for our skills. And then on the top of that, you can go with the 4 pieces of Grace of the Fledgling. The first 2 pieces is going to increase the damage of your fire effects again. So we are getting 15% damage here from the Grace of the Fledgling for our skills, and then we are getting another 15% damage increase from the Banquet of Ice. And on the top of that, we have the 4-piece bonus from the Grace of the Fledgling that is getting triggered every 5 hit on enemies and dealing some insane damage. And this is actually really easy to activate on the enemy because we have a lot of fire skills like the magma, disintegrate, and the lightning nova that is fire. So this is going to trigger really quick. You can just keep running and enemies behind you will be burning, and the 4-piece grace is going to activate and finish them off. So this is how we are going to set up our secondary gear: 4 pieces of grace, 2 pieces of Banquet of Ice. And let's go. I will actually show you guys the skills and the modification done for them. before I go into the Reforge, family Reforge. And so let's go into the skills here first. And so the first skill that we have here is the Lightning Nova. You can see we have two modification here. The first modification is coming from a chest piece that is basically turning the Lightning Nova in a fire, and the second modification is from a offhand. Whenever we use the Lightning Nova, it increases our movement speed by 60%. So that is actually really good. And then we are using teleport to move around really quickly, and whenever they will try to jail you or stop you, or you need to get to the next pack, you can just use teleport. And the teleport is actually really good for a wizard, and we all know that. And then we are using the Scorch here. Scorch, we have one modification here, and that is just coming from a headpiece, turning the skill into a magma that is going to stun a big group of enemies and keep burning them. So this is actually really good, in my opinion, much better than the one that is circling around you with the 4 orb. That is much better for people with higher resonance damage. This is going to give you damage over time and stun them, and you can just leave them burning and they will die off. And we are using the disintegrate here. We will only be using this for a sec or less, and just leave the enemies burning, and so much burning. With all the burning skill, the enemies are going to die really fast. And we have couple of modification here to make our disintegrate even better. The first modification is from a shoulder piece that is turning the disintegrate into fire beam. Second modification is from the pants that gives us 3 additional beams. This is actually really good to deal with multiple enemies, and it does deal really nice damage because of the mastery. And the third modification is from the main hand, increasing the damage even further for the disintegrate. It will help us kill the yellow packs and the orange packs much quicker, and this is how we will be doing some really nice burst damage. And then we have a charm, 2% damage increase. And as for the Paragon Tree, this is how the Paragon Tree looks. This is how I'm running open world farm with a treasure hunter. And now let's go into the Reforge stones here, and this is how my Reforge stones are set up: elite damage, attack speed, critical damage increase, skill damage, and primary attack damage increase. So this is how my build looks for the open world farm. You already saw the result. It was really good, and you can basically run any open world sport with the builds and you will have fun. And if you are wondering about the curse items, which one I'm using, I have 4 pieces of lashed here that is working on the primary attack. Whenever I use the primary attack, it leaves the enemies burning, so I actually use this whenever I see a blue pack, yellow pack, and do some additional dot hits that helps to get the 4 piece of grace as well. So again, this is how it looks here, and my negative properties here are actually not all that bad as a wizard player. The first one is actually not good. That is 4% flag damage decrease after killing an enemy, and this is actually really bad in open world. But everything else I'm not all that worried about. Summon damage reduction and primary attack is actually really bad, but you have to live with that, and maximum life and size reduced. So that's just how it is. I'm signing off. I'll see you guys later with something else. Till then, as always, have fun and take care, guys.